They have said I'm selfish. Selfish? Are you out of your mind?
Well, that's not me. I haven't said that.
Well, Sid, you're part of, quote, the family there, correct?
Is that
correct?
Am I part of that? I'm just asking you.
No, you individually know. But that's why you will never see me ever in the studios of WABC again. Never. No matter how this election turns out. I cannot go out there every day and have to try to defend WABC, which is now ganging up on me in every conceivable way to prevent me, the only Republican candidate running here, the only other major party candidate, for a independent candidate, Andrew Cuomo, who came on with you and said, Rudy Giuliani, George Pataki, and the 5-county Republican chairs made it so that Curtis Sliwa would be the Republican candidate so that Zohran Mamdani would win, and so that the midterm elections would be swept by the Republicans. You remember him saying that, don't you, Sid?
Yeah, he's not alone in that thought. I remember it, yes.
Right. And by the way, fact, he should have been checked by everybody at the station, which he hasn't been. He announced at the end of February, I announced at the end of February, in the polls, the first polls, Cuomo was at 40%. Zohran Mamdani in February was at 1%. Now, how is Andrew Cuomo claiming that the Republican leadership created a cabal and nobody at the station put him in check? Nobody said that's a lie. And if you notice, the 5-county chairmen, including A.J. Katsimatidis, submitted a letter the other day as a result of that to say, we are 1,000% behind our candidate, Curtis Sliwa. How about asking an apology, the first of what many apologies should be from Andrew Cuomo? He libeled people. He libeled Rudy. He libeled Pataki. He libeled the 5-county chairs, and he continues to libel me.
Okay, two things. First of all, Larry Menti, I don't know who he is. I guess I've met him once in the newsroom 10 years ago. He's a guy that gets a .9 at WOR. He's asked you to drop out like 100 times. He's at WOR, okay? So let's not go there because not everybody at OR loves you, including the morning show, okay? Secondly, so far you've been on this show for 8 minutes, and all you've talked about is Cuomo. And I know you hate him. And I'm going to be honest with you, Curtis, because we've been friends for a long time. I don't feel like you're running against Mamdani anymore. I really don't. This hatred for Cuomo, which you've got 100 times over, like Janice Dean has enveloped you to the point where I think you're losing sight of who you're running against. Cuomo's not in first. He's not in first. You have to leapfrog Cuomo to beat the guy in first. I go to your page, I got to go 12 goddamn tweets before I see Mamdani's name. This obsession with Cuomo has to stop. He's not winning. You can beat Cuomo and still lose the election. 8 minutes in, you haven't mentioned Mamdani once. Why?
Let me tell you, I'm talking to WABC now. I'm hurt. I have armed security guards now protecting my life and Nancy's life. I've been bribed by the billionaires to drop out of here. If anything happens to me or anything happens to my wife because of this frenzy that I hear constantly coming from some of your colleagues here at WABC, it's on you guys and you gals. That my life is on the line here, Sid. My wife, Nancy, was never harmed anybody, who only cares about people and animals, is under threat now. Even when the Gottis and Gambinos put a hit on me, 5 hollow point bullets, I never had armed security. The frenzy that is coming out of people's mouths. And then you'll have influencers come on. Hey, what a great job they did. After October 8th. By the way, who was outside with you at Cooper Union soon after when Jewish kids were being attacked in the library by the Palestinian mob? I was with the Guardian Angels. There were only 40 people there. Where were all the influencers?
Who I said that a million times. I don't protect the influencers. I kill the influencers. And I give you credit for that all the time. All the time. You were out there at Cooper Union.
Let me suggest one thing.
Yeah.
You've had on that young lady, that conservative influencer, Emily Austin.
No, she hasn't been on in a while.
Right. You better talk to her. She created Hot Girls for Cuomo on Tuesday. Didn't even secure the domain.
Yeah.
Somebody else grabbed the domain and put up all the sexual harassment charges of Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah.
He's running a horrible campaign, Sid. Can you at least acknowledge that?
No, I don't know, because I want you or him to win. Now we're 10 minutes in, and you're still talking about Cuomo. I mean, what's wrong with you? You got to beat Mamdani. You got to get over whatever your friends are in Middle Village or Staten Island or Brooklyn, F. Cuomo, F. Sid. You got to get over it. You're going to lose, and you're going to lose badly, embarrassingly.
You know this. You're the one who said that Cuomo would win the primary, didn't you?
No. First, yes, I did, and everybody else, because nobody saw Mamdani coming. So stop with the Cuomo.
No, I saw Mamdani
Curtis,
coming.
I talked to you yesterday. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I spoke to you yesterday, and you said to me, good advice. Good idea. Maybe form a coalition. Maybe the two of you.
No, I never said that, Sid. Don't put words in my mouth.
You didn't say good advice to me?
Let me tell you
Curtis,
straight up,
Curtis,
Sid.
you didn't say good advice to me?
No. Let me tell you straight up, Sid. Yeah. Right out of The Godfather. Yeah. Whoever approaches you with a meeting, you know what the story is. They've turned on you. WABC has turned on me.
This is not about ABC. It's about Sid. Forget about ABC.
No. This is about WABC.
No, okay, Curtis, you made your point. You made your point about the station. I'm okay with it. Fine. You got it. Now it's Sid and Curtis trying to have an adult conversation. The way you're running your campaign right now, you're going to lose and lose badly. You two guys need to figure something out. You've mentioned Cuomo for 12 minutes. You're still not talking about Mamdani. You're talking about WABC and Cuomo. That's not going to win you this goddamn race.
Sid, did you ever mention the story about Imam Siraj Wahaj, that the embracer of terrorists was seen in a picture earlier this week, Zohran Mamdani? Did you ever talk about who stood up to him?
No, who did?
Stood up to him, Sid?
Who did?
Curtis Sliwa, the only one.
So why wouldn't you? Great, that's great. So why do you wait 13 minutes to tell me that? 13 minutes.
Right. Well, wait a second, Sid. Did you bring it up?
I didn't know about it.
Oh, come on. Stop it.
I swear to God.
All you got to do is Google. The guy sued me for $5 million in court.
Yeah,
I was the only one to take on this terrorist. Unindicted.
Right. So I give you.
1992. Is that true, Sid?
It is true, and I give you this forum to talk about all this stuff, and you waste 13 minutes talking about Cuomo and WABC. Come on,
I'm telling you, because I'm being honest, like I always am.
Okay.
I'm being honest.
Okay.
But here it is. Everybody's talking about the unindicted co-conspirator of the 92 blast. I went on radio. I went on TV attacking him. He sued me for $5 million. I won.
True.
Bloomberg embraced him. De Blasio embraced him.
True.
Eric Adams embraced him.
True.
And Cuomo said nothing about it. I'm the only one to take on the supporters of terrorism. You know that.
No, that's true.
And that means Zohran Mamdani.
Right, and that's true, and you did do that, and I give you credit. And what I want from you tonight is that, not, I agree with you, Curtis, and you, Cuomo, cashless bail and nursing homes. Been over it 1 million times. He's not winning. I want what you just told me just now. When Zohran Mamdani looks at you and goes, I agree with Curtis, you got to look at him and go, no, thank you. No, thanks. I don't need you to agree with me, okay? I'm here to beat you. So the story you just told me, that's the Curtis I want to see tonight.
Well, let me ask you another question.
Sure.
How come none of the media has reported on that since they initially reported on me almost being bankrupted for $5 million?
I can't speak for the. I can't.
All of a sudden, there's a media blackout on Curtis Sliwa taking on the friend of terrorists that Zohran Mamdani embraced, and Eric Adams walked with, and Michael Bloomberg walked with, and Bill de Blasio walked with, and Cuomo remained silent on. Here it is, Zohran embracing a guy who is a terrorist and supported terrorism, an unindicted co-conspirator, and not one word in his campaign about it. Said, there is a blackout on me now. There's this movement to get me to drop out. They don't want to listen to me. I will bring that up on the stage tonight. I will bring up other matters. But you better give like 12 Red Bulls to Andrew Cuomo because he's got no gas in the tank, and he looked that way on the stage last week.
Okay, so in wrapping up this conversation, Curtis, I'm not asking you to drop out. You've made it very, very clear you're not going to. I did ask for it. A lot of folks have. You're not going to do it. That's up to you, okay? You're a grown man. You've been running. You got a lot of folks that love you. I get it. You got millions of dollars. You walk out in the streets of Middle Village. You're all out there yelling. I get all that. It's intoxicating. I'm not different than you. I'm also a radio host. I feel the same way. So all I'm asking is going into this debate tonight that you realize that it's not Cuomo. He's in second. He's double digits back. You got to beat Mamdani. If you beat Cuomo with all your Cuomo talk, congratulations. You'll come in second. You still lose. You still lose. To win, you got to beat Mamdani. And you don't spend nearly enough time on the debate stage, on these shows, on your Twitter account, attacking Mamdani. I got people saying to me, hey, is Curtis getting paid by Mamdani? Is there a deal? Did he offer him a book deal? Did he offer him a job? That's out there, too. Because you don't spend enough time taking out Mamdani. Why not?
You know, Sid, you are unbelievable.
Why?
You are unbelievable. This is exactly what Ackman is saying, right?
I don't care about Bill Ackman. I don't care about him.
No. Let me speak about Bill Ackman, that jerk.
Okay.
Who hasn't made a correct decision yet, along with all the billionaires.
I agree.
And you know that.
I agree. Yeah.
The billionaires and the influencers are throwing this election at Zoran Mamdani. It's not Curtis Lewa. You know it's not Curtis Lewa. I fought people like Zoran Mamdani every step of the way. I challenged them in Astoria with candidates of the Republican Party. You guys are throwing the Republican Party under the bus because at the head of the ticket, I have other people under me who have to get elected. And if they go in the booth and vote for Cuomo, and you got to walk through a maze, they're not coming back to vote for Christy Marmorato up in the Bronx or for Vicky Palladino or the other great Republicans who can help turn this city around. You know that. Everybody knows that. I'm fighting for the Republicans. I'm fighting for law and order. And, yes, I will take on Zoran Mamdani. Took him on the stage last week. Everybody knows I won that debate. But I tell you this, to say that I'm working with Zoran Mamdani, most of your people didn't even know who he was. I was fighting him in the streets of Astoria as he went out to get people to vote for his Democratic Socialists of America while all the Democrat moderates and Republicans were asleep. True or not true, Sid?
True, especially Tiffany Caban. You did a great job with that. 100%.
Tiffany Caban, let me go further. Tiffany Caban ran against the mother of my two Jewish children. Yeah, let me tell you, Jewish influences. I have two Jewish children that I've helped raise. And Tiffany Caban almost beat Melinda Katz in 2019 to become district attorney. That would have been a disaster. The night of the election, she won the election, Tiffany Caban. And then what happened? The absentee ballots came in, and Melinda Katz won by 12 votes.
Yep.
And who was out there organizing in the streets for the socialist Zoran Mamdani? I've been battling him for years. Where was Cuomo? Where were all the Democratic moderates? Where was Eric Adams, who failed us by not even being a halfway decent mayor? If he had been, nobody would have known who Zoran Mamdani was. It would have been round two, Eric Adams, Democrat versus Curtis Lewa, Republican. No. Eric Adams failed the city. Andrew Cuomo, all the moderate Democrats, they created Zoran Mamdani, and I'm the only one who can take them out because I'm in the streets.
Let me ask you this. Last debate, I thought they treated you unfairly. I'm defending you again. I really did. I thought that they allowed Andrew and Zoran to go back and forth at each other. At one point, one question, they had 7 back and forths. And when you try to jump in once or twice, they cut you off right away. I thought David Usher did a terrible job. And those 3 ladies. Now, you know I can't stand Errol Lewis. Hate him, okay? I don't know how you feel about Errol, how Errol feels about you. But are you concerned that Errol and New York One will treat you the same way NBC did last time?
Of course. They treated me as if I didn't deserve a place on that stage. You saw it. Over a million people saw
I said it.
Disrespect that I was given as a Republican. Remember, they were disrespecting Republicans, Sid. How many times have you said in the past, I hate Democrats. I hate them for what they've done to our city, our state, and country. I am the Republican. They disrespected me, and I had to elbow my way into that debate. I anticipate it'll happen again. I'm more than prepared. I'm going to be blasting Zoran Mandami. But like Tony C. said, your last guest, this is not going to be one on the debate stage. You have to have a get-out-the-vote effort. I have it knocking on doors, texts, mailings, visits, phone calls, micro-targeting. You had to do that months ago. We've been doing it. You see all the slew of signs. They're everywhere.
I've got two on my lawn.
Curtis,
I've got two on my lawn. They're still on my lawn. Even with me yelling at you this morning, even with me yelling at you at 5:30 in the morning, even with me telling you, they're still on my lawn. My whole neighborhood loves it. There's no question about it. Let me ask you this. Let's say your worst scenario comes true, your nightmare, and that is that Cuomo wins. Although, wait a second. Before I ask you that, what is your worst nightmare? Who would you rather, if it's not you, who would you rather see win, Cuomo or Mamdani? Very simple question.
No, to me, they're the same.
Listen,
they are the Democrats who destroyed our city and destroyed our state.
Okay.
You seem to be able to bifurcate a man who told us to leave New York State. If you're conservative, if you're Republican, if you're pro-life, if you're Second Amendment, there's no place for you in New York. I'm supposed to separate that and forget that? Sid, I'm the proud Republican. I have been disrespected throughout this campaign, and now some of the disrespect has filtered right into WABC. That's why you will never see me in the studios of WABC again. I haven't gotten one apology, not one.
Okay, listen, that's your fight, and I'm not arguing with you, okay? I'm not. I know some of the people you're talking about, some of the things that were said, and I'm not going to argue with you. Last one, Cuomo was on this show yesterday. I know you heard it. And in your worst scenario, if Cuomo wins, okay, he said that he would reach out to you and hope that you would work if you lose. If you lose. He would reach out to you and ask you to work in his administration. Is that something you would consider?
Sid, remember the scene in Braveheart?
Yeah.
Mel Gibson at the end?
Yeah.
When the executioner was impaling him, if all of a sudden the executioner would have stopped and I was on that gurney and said, hey, you can work for Mayor Andrew Cuomo, I would say, finish the job, impale me. That will never happen.
Okay. All right.
And you know it isn't.
No, I know.
The night before at the synagogue in the Upper West Side, he called me, the Grand Poobah. An hour after he spoke to you, he went to ABNY and again was attacking me and making fun of me and not showing me any respect. So, Sid, respect starts with Andrew Cuomo. He's never given me any respect. And again,
but I will say this, Curtis, I will say this, because, I don't know what happens off the air, but I did watch that debate last week. He never once went after you, and like 10 times out of nowhere, unprovoked, not even part of a regular discussion, you would attack him. He did not go after you on television last week. He did not. Did he?
In fact, he agreed with me twice, and Zoran Mandami agreed with me 3 times.
Right.
That's why I won the debate. Sid, you're up on the stage. It's a debate. There are 3 candidates. And remember this. Your guest, Chaz Palminteri, great in the Bronx Tale, remember?
Yep.
And the kid asked him, Lilo, is it better to be loved or feared?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, it's fear that keeps them loyal to me. One thing I know, win or lose, everybody loves Curtis. As you know, everybody loves Curtis. But everybody fears Andrew Cuomo. And I'm telling you, I will never capitulate, bend, buck, bow to a socialist or a man who's made his reputation by having fear that he will destroy your lives. He needs to apologize to the families of the 15,000 who died as a result of his executive order when he was governor during the lockdown and pandemic. He refuses to do so. He says it's a Republican conservative cabal of Talk TV. He maligns Janice Dean. You know that. This is a brave woman who's taken him on and risked everything, and he won't even apologize. Sid, everybody makes mistakes. I've made mistakes. The sign of a decent human being is when you're confronted, you apologize. And I'm waiting for the apologies of my former friends and colleagues at WABC who said that I'm running a lazy campaign and that I'm selfish. That's why you will never see me there again at WABC.
Where can people help you out with your campaign?
All they have to do is go online to SliwaForNYC.com, SliwaForNYC.com, or join me as I'm talking